Mark Watson. It's The Vox. Radio Sport.
It is 11 minutes away from 3 now. Australasia's richest game fishing tournament, the Bonze International Marlin Skins, is about to kick off in February. It's been hosted by the Mercury Bay Fishing Club in Whitianga. It starts February 5th. It runs through to the 7th. Now, this is an early season tempter to raise anyone's blood pressure because there is $250,000 in cash up for grabs. Now, why should you fish it? Because it'll be awesome. Arguably the best time of the year and the best location to catch a seriously big blue marlin. Now, from Bonze, it is the Bonze International Marlin Skins tournament. From Bonze, joining us now on the program is Ben Rose. Afternoon to you, Ben.
Afternoon, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I just wish I was back into fishing, mate. It sounds awesome. Sounds like just a great 3 days out on the water, chasing $250,000, doing the thing you love, which is catching big fish.
Yeah, it is, mate. And tell you what, there's a ticket or two ready for you. So if you're keen and you've got nothing on at Waitangi weekend, we'd love to have you down there. I
just sound like a bit of a pussy. I'll probably get seasick, mate.
With the weather Mother Nature's been throwing up over the last couple of weeks, it'd be hard push to be seasick, mate. It's been phenomenal weather. The fishing's been outstanding. And yeah, it's really shaping up to be a huge, huge event come February 5th.
Now, the $250,000, what gets awarded to the heaviest marlin?
Yeah, so basically how it works is the $250,000 cash up for grabs is for the heaviest marlin over 350. And just to put that into perspective, Mercury Bay has probably seen over the last 2 weeks maybe 4 to 6 fish lost, sort of 300 kilos plus, so they're certainly out there, which is awesome.
There are 4 categories, though, aren't there? The skins format for daily cash. Just explain that.
Yeah, so it's basically, it comes out of the States, and Bonze actually sort of seen it over there fishing a few tournaments some years ago. And so there's actually, every fish that's caught actually gets a skin, similar to golfing, how you'd sort of get a hole and win a prize sort of thing. So, and that's all driven by the boat entry, which, by the way, is $1,600 per boat. Half of that money goes back into the skins pool. So let's just say there's 100 boats, which would mean there'd be $80,000 for the skins prize, and that's divided up over the 3 days. And basically it's awarded to the heaviest fish on the day, and if that's not won, then it jackpots to the day after, and then to the day after. $1,600 for 3 days, which basically just involves going out on the water with your mates fishing, seems pretty reasonable, seems pretty fair. Yeah, and I think it's a small investment. You know how many guys have spent $1,600 on lotto tickets and had a miserable time, so $250,000 is pretty attractive.
Hey, Ben, what's the difference between this fishing season and last year? I understand last year the fish weren't as big, they weren't biting as much.
Yeah, so a lot of it comes down to the currents, Mark, coming down from the tropics as well, and a credit to that, this year there's been yellowfin tuna back on the shores of New Zealand, which has been a huge welcome sort of sight for a lot of the guys and girls out there doing it. So it's all due to currents, the bait coming down, the marlin sort of feeding on the bait, and you know, it's hitting the shores of New Zealand nice and early. Tons of big fish out there, so it's bloody looking real good. Now,
I've talking to a few people just prior to doing this segment, just doing a little bit of homework today, and it seems to me that a lot of skippers seem to be running your lures every day. Now, I understand you guys are getting emails and texts about marlin being caught on your Bonze lures. What's your secret?
I think the secret, mate, is the passion. You know, we've been out there doing seminars sort of since November, so, you know, everyone's been out of sort of various locations in New Zealand, sit down and talk to Bonze. You know, he's very well regarded across New Zealand and the world. Huge amount of knowledge that he's been helpfully sort of sharing guys to sort of improve their fishing techniques, their catch rates, and, you know, the love on social media and on the phone and the computer and stuff that's been going has been phenomenal. I mean, without sort of skiting about it, we're probably running at about 85% of all game fish caught so far this summer appear to be on a Bonze lure that we've heard. So the success is just phenomenal. It's amazing.
Well, with crazy numbers of blue marlin being caught at Mercury Bay, you must be feeling confident for the tournament come 5th and 7th of February.
Yeah, there'll be nothing better, mate, than standing up there on the Saturday night, shaking some person's hand, giving them a cheque for $250,000. Plenty of reports, guys have just seen the biggest fish they've ever seen over the last few weeks. Hopefully one of those is 350 kilos and we can make someone a very, very happy person.
But we just need to reiterate this. It's not just all about marlin fishing, though, is it? This is just a great opportunity for people fishing full stop.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, you know, we've got a great section for females. There's trailer boat section. There's a heaviest tuna. There'll be some great entertainment on the Friday and Saturday night as well. So, I mean, we welcome friends, family, and everyone else in between to come and join in the celebrations and the good times. And Whitianga over Waitangi weekend will just be a massive, massive event.
And tell a few fishing stories, eh?
I'll be plenty of that, buddy. Don't worry about that.
That was a little bit of a joke there, Ben. I just didn't deliver it that well, Ben. That's unlike you. We still sit down as a family. My brother still tells one of those fishing stories where the fish has just got bigger and bigger every year, because we used to take out the little rowboat off the one of the little Whitianga there, just out sort of off the rocks, and catch mainly rock cod just off the little rods and stuff. My brother happened to catch a snapper one day, and when you're 5 or 6, it looked like a pretty big fish. But when you look at the photos now, it actually wasn't that big. But as he's got older, the fish has got bigger.
Oh, no, yeah, and that happened, mate. It still happens when we're growing up, so don't worry about that.
Now, where do people find out more information?
So you can head to marlinfever.com. That's got all of the details there on where, when, how, and what. And if you're really interested in sort of seeing what's happening at the moment in New Zealand game fishing circles, just head on over to our Facebook page, Bonze Lures. Give that a little like, and you'll be more than impressed with all the action happening at the moment.
Appreciate it, Ben. Thank you. Ben Rose there from Bonze International, or Bonze Lures. They're sponsors of the Bonze International Marlin Skins tournament. This is taking place Whitianga, 5th to the 7th of February. Biggest blue marlin walks away with $250,000, $1,600. That's for the boat. How many people you get on the boat's entirely up to you, I guess, within safety regulations. Not a bad 3 days entertainment down there on the beautiful Coromandel, or if you live south of Auckland, up there on the Coromandel. Do check it out.